Welcome to Noblesville High School, home of the Millers. And tonight, the Carmel Greyhounds meet the Noblesville Millers. Hi, everybody. Howard Kelman with Dave Nicholson. We got a geographic rivalry, and they battle.
There's a lot of good rivalries across central Indiana. This has to rate toward the top of them. In the 1970s, Carmel owned it. In the 80s, Noblesville owned it. And since then, it's been kind of up and down with a slight edge to Carmel. But it is, both teams have good ball clubs this year. We've seen Carmel. They've lost only one game to an excellent team. Noblesville's undefeated. It should be one of the better games in central Indiana tonight.
Okay, and we'll have more pregame info. This is the high school basketball game of the week on TV 40. Our scene setter is brought to you by Summers Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Dave Nicholson, the key players will start with the visitors from Carmel.
The Carmels are a record of 4-1 coming in tonight. You have to start with number 14 at forward, Sam Orm. He's a 6'8" senior, averaging 19 points a ball game and just having a great year. And at guard, number 2, Jake Griffin, a 6'1" senior. He only averages 6 points a game, but he's arguably the best defensive player on the team. Keys to the game for Carmel: they need to rebound better, be safe with the ball, and they've got to be pushed off that 3 line. They're just an excellent 3-point shooting team. Starters for Carmel tonight: at guard, number 3, Alex Cluteau, a 5'10" sophomore. At guard, number 2, Jake Griffin, a 6'1" senior. At guard, number 5, Spencer White, a 6'4" senior. Number 14 at forward, Sam Orm, a 6'8" senior. And at forward, number 40, Jared Bonds, a 6'5" senior. Now for the 2-0 Millers, the 2 guys that carry their scoring, high-scoring guards. They call him a forward, but he's really a guard. Number 2, Luke Almodovar. He's a 6'2" senior, averaging 21 points a game here early in the year. At guard, number 3, Aaron Fine. He's a 6'2" junior, and he averages 18 points a game. Between the 2 of them, they're putting up 39 of the Millers' points per game. Key to the game for Noblesville: patience on offense, because, as you know, if you've seen Carmel play, they don't give you a lot of possessions, so you've got to be patient and make sure you get something out of each possession. Keep the fouls down, and they must limit the second shots of Carmel. Starters for Noblesville tonight: at guard, number 3, Aaron Fine, a 6'2" junior. Number 2 at forward, Luke Almodovar, a 6'2" senior. Number 5 at forward, Cooper Bean, a 6'3" senior. Number 22 at forward, Aiden Brewer, a 6'3" sophomore. And number 24 at forward, Hunter Walston, a 6'4" junior.
Okay, Dave, our scene setter brought to you by Summers Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. We'll be back with the start of tonight's game on the high school basketball game of the week on TV 40. Sam Orm at 6'8", Hunter Walston at 6'4". We'll jump it up. Carmel and Noble, it is a sold-out crowd, a sold-out building. I mean, this place is packed, Dave.
They had a great crowd in the last game against Fishers. They turned out again tonight. That's great to see. It's great to see the gym full.
And it counts, and a foul for Luke Almodovar. And he got the step, and he got the bucket, and he's having a great season.
Here's a Summers Plumbing Heating replay. Almodovar, big-time scorer, 21 a game. He just beat his man off the dribble and got to the ring. The 2 guards, as I mentioned, for Noblesville averaged 39 points between them.
And Almodovar completes the 3-point play. So here are the Greyhounds, and how about this Noblesville defense?
It's going to be man-to-man defense, and they've got to play it for a long possession. As you know, Carmel does not like to run up and shoot the quick shot, so it's going to be a long defensive possessions for the Millers.
Spencer White down low, the open man, and stuffing it through is Jared Bonds.
Nice slip screen. Bonds set the screen. His man went to help on the dribble, and he just slipped to the basket.
Carmel plays deliberate, disciplined basketball.
Always. They seldom make very many mistakes. They take only good quality shots, and they play defense like crazy.
How about Noblesville style?
Well, the coach is really emphasizing defense this year. He thought that was the area they need to pick up on. They certainly have the athletes to do that.
And the three, and he hits it. Aaron Fine, the 6'2" junior. So a three-point play and a three-point field goal, and the Millers lead 6-2.
And the two guards that have led the Millers to this point are quickly on the board.
This is Sam Orm. What a job he did against Fishers to win that game. There's a quick three. No, too strong. And the rebound tipped into the hands of Walston.
Walston is kind of the new kid in the lineup. He's a 6'4" junior. He's got unlimited potential, in my opinion.
Boy, did Sam Orm come through big time or what against Fishers?
Well, he's having a great year. Not only that game, but the other three games as well. He averages 19 points a game.
Fake the three.
What?
That's Almodovar. Long three. Swish. Millers ahead 9-2.
One of the keys to the game, Howard, I mentioned, was Carmel's going to have to guard the three line and push the Millers off that line because they have excellent three-point shooters, particularly Fine and Almodovar.
At the other end, Spencer White, no. And the rebound to Cooper Bean, and he'll move it across. Here's Fine. We did the sectional last year involving these teams. It was a great sectional.
Great sectional, won by Westfield, of course.
That was the first time Westfield had won a sectional in a long time.
Right, and Smith, the guard, is now starting for Purdue University, and they're 7-0, I think it is, on the year. So he stepped right up and started in Big Ten play.
Here's Aaron Fine. 5:15 to go first quarter. Coming up high, Walston. Cooper Bean.
Carmel's got to stay out on that three line and force Noblesville to put the ball on the dribble.
The free man, Aaron Fine. Can't hit them all.
He dodged the bullet.
Fine with a steal. And he missed the shot inside. Orm gets the rebound. And here come the Greyhounds.
Fine was in traffic. Probably should have shot it off the bank board and let one get away there.
We're almost halfway through the first quarter. 9-2 Noblesville. Sam Orm, he got the step on the baseline. Fouled his own shot and is fouled.
The foul, I believe, is going to be on Walston. Plummer summoned heating and cooling replay along the baseline. Orm stays right after it, and you see there Walston reached across trying to block the shot and got the arm.
Are you looking for a luxury buying car experience? At Tom Roush Lincoln and Fishers, they have over 45 certified pre-owned vehicles starting at 0%. Lincoln's with a lifetime powertrain warranty. New cars starting 0.9 APR, no market adjustment. Corsairs up to $1,500 off. That's Tom Roush Lincoln in Fishers, a pussycat on price.
Orm knocks down both free throws. That's one area the Greyhounds need to improve on. They're only 62% on the year. They need to step that up a little.
Noblesville ahead 9-4.
Since Fine and Almodovar knocked down those threes, Carmel has tightened up their defense out behind the three line. They need to do that all night.
And a special hello to Noblesville resident J.R. Gaylor, Executive Director, Associated Builders and Contractors. He's a legend. J.R. Gaylor, Associated Builders and Contractors, Merritt Shop Construction. It is.
Noblesville's playing Carmel so tight, they're not getting looks from the three line because they are a very, very good three-point shooting team.
Great defensive play by Brewer on Jared Bonds.
At 5-on-4, now they adjust.
That's a long three, and Almodovar hits it. Timeout.
9 points for Almodovar already.
We'll take it with him. 3:34 left in the quarter. Noblesville 12, Carmel 4 on the high school basketball game of the week on TV 40. Sometimes you give, sometimes you receive. You can do both with the annual Summers Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling Food Drive. Customers get a $5 discount off a summer's service. Now through mid-December, they'll match the customers' donations and deliver non-perishable food items to the local food bank. Summers is proud to serve you.
I mentioned what a great three-point shooting team Carmel is. Howard, they are 53% behind the line as a team.
Incredible.
Noblesville knows that, so they're keeping pressure on the basketball, not giving them any looks outside.
Ball knocked off the leg of Sam Orm. Well, look what Noblesville's done. They got a three-point play to start the game, and then they've hit 3 three-point field goals, and they lead 12-4. Almodovar. Nice move to the hoop. Hunter Walston, the 6'4" junior. The Millers look great.
Got good balance, off to a great start, 14-4 on the scoreboard, and that gives them tremendous confidence because in recent years, they simply have not beaten Carmel. And so if they can play well tonight and pull out a win, that's going to be a big morale booster for this ball club here at Noblesville.
Good defense played by Noblesville here.
That's what the coach has been emphasizing. He felt to get better this year, they had to be better defensively.
And they're working hard, and as you mentioned the other night, defense is all about attitude. White. Good look by Griffin, and he hits. The 6'1" senior, Jake Griffin.
He was one of my key players. He only averages about 6 or 7 points a game, but he is the heart of the defense. He has guarded all 5 positions, the forwards, the centers, and the guards. He's very, very valuable to the Greyhounds.
Fine, kicks it back out. Almodovar free for 3. Almodovar, I should say. He missed that one. And here comes Spencer White. He'll start the offense over.
Carmel makes you play defense for long stretches. They've already made 5 passes, that's 6, so they move the ball, move people, hardly ever force anything.
Bonds kicks it back outside to Griffin. And the turnover, he traveled. We will tell you that Indiana Members Credit Union is a proud supporter of high school sports on WHMB TV 40, and Indiana Members Credit Union is our scoreboard sponsor. Thanks to Greek's Pizzeria for creating masterpiece pizzas for our crew tonight. Greek's Pizzeria in Noblesville, Westfield, Fishers, Carmel, Zionsville, and Indy's South Side. Proud supporter of high school sports.
During that dead ball, Noblesville brought in Will Schmitz. He's a 6'3" junior, wears number 32.
Will Schmitz. Okay.
A lot of screen and roll, screen and slip.
There's Aaron Fine utilizing a pick. Oh, he wasn't looking for the pass. It caught Will Smith's unexpected.
May not expected that pass. It was throwing firm. He probably should have caught it. He's new in the ball game, just got in, getting his legs under.
Had he caught it, he probably would have had a layup. Under a minute left in the first quarter. Hooked down low inside, and Bonds missed it. He follows.
He'll go back up.
And it counts in a foul. He drew a foul and he scored.
Jared Bonds is a strong young man. He's only 6'5", but he's very physical. Here's a replay. Watch his first shot. Nice shot fake. Got the defender up on his toes and finished and gets a free throw. He's only 58% coming into this ball game at the free throw line.
It didn't fly. Offensive board, though. Sam Orm taken away, and finally a held ball is called.
Good hustle there by Orm to at least get half of offensive rebounds. He got it tied up, and it's alternating possession, it will stay with the Greyhounds.
Special hello to Greg Wells and Matt Tyner and the great people at Williams Comfort Air. Will have their Heating It Up feature in the 4th quarter. Williams Comfort Air heats up your house, they heat up mine, and they do our air conditioning and all our plumbing as well with Mr. Plumber, Williams Comfort Air.
Had a good look there at the Carmel coach, Ron Osborne. He's done a wonderful job there. He's been there 6 years, won 113 games and lost only 25, and he's won 2 state championships. Carmel's going to take the last shot of the quarter.
Down to 10 seconds, a little bit of a weave. Traveling is the call on Spencer White. So Noblesville has time with a 6-point lead to get a shot away.
Got plenty of time to get a good shot. I think they're going to give it to Fine, Aaron Fine, and he's going to bring it. And if he doesn't get to the basket, if you get help side defense, he'll kick it to an open teammate.
Hunter Walston will inbound.
Fine's off.
Got to get going. Down to 4 seconds. That'll count if it goes. It didn't. That's the end of the 1st quarter. Noblesville 14, Carmel 8 on this, the high school basketball game of the week on TV 40. At the quarter, Noblesville 14, Carmel 8. Dave, your impressions of period 1?
Well, both ball clubs are well coached. They shoot the 3-point so well. Noblesville's 48% as a team, and Carmel's, I mentioned, is 53%. If the defense plays up tight to stop that 3-shot, they're putting the ball on the floor. That's exactly what to do. If they don't give you the outside shot, you drive the basketball. Both teams playing well.
That is Almodovar to the hoop. No. Follows. No. Look at that battle inside. Offensive board. Cooper Bean.
Good effort, but if you're the defensive team, you've got to check out. In that case, Carmel, that's one of the keys. They've got to check out and rebound. This week in the Fab Five, Howard, Carmel's rated number 4 and Noblesville number 5. So I think they're deserving of that. 2 teams we've already had.
Aaron Fine, no, and the Millers aren't hitting their shots the way they did earlier in the game.
Had Cathedral rated number 1. We've had them. Ben Davis number 2. Brownsburg we're going to have later, and a team we had the other night, Fisher's number 6. So good basketball here in Central Indiana, and good basketball on the Channel 40 basketball schedule.
Here's Bonds. Back outside to Orm. They reverse the ball.
They'll just keep grinding. They'll keep working. They won't panic. Over a course of 32 minutes, if you have to play defense that long.
And it didn't go by Reinhardt.
It wears you down a little bit. It may affect your offense somewhere in the 3rd or 4th quarter if you have to play defense long periods of time.
Bean, Cooper Bean. Rebound to Bonds.
Carmel should be a little bit tired. They played 2 games last weekend. They played Tuesday. We had the game on TV.
And a floater by Sam Orm.
And they play tonight. So in the last week, this is their 4th game. Whereas Noblesville had all week to prepare for this one.
There's Almodovar.
Need to move people and move the ball.
And a timeout is called. Timeout with 5:44 left in the 2nd quarter. We'll stay right here.
Coach McCollum saw something there. He wanted to change on the offensive end a little bit. Both teams have great starters, but both of them also have a couple of 3 on the bench. They're 7 or 8 deep. And as you know, we look into the Carmel huddle there. You know you've got to have substitutes that can come in and contribute. And this last 2 years, the bench hasn't been that deep. But certainly Noblesville and Carmel has 7 or 8 players that can contribute every night.
Indiana Union is a proud supporter of high school sports on WHMB TV 40. Old Man Winter is here. Have you scheduled your annual heating maintenance appointment? Summers Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling has a precision furnace tune-up for $69. Visit summersphc.com. Learn about their specials. Be guaranteed your family will stay warm this winter. Howard Kellman, Dave Nicholson. We're at Noblesville High School, the home of the Millers.
Interesting that time Fine, who is not a tall player, they got him at 6'2", but I think that stretches just a little. He went into the post and posted up his man.
That's a three. There was some contact too, but Walston's shot didn't go. That's Jake Griffin, and he hits, and he's a good shooter.
You see who kicked it back out to him. Orm
Sam
brought the ball up. He drew the defense and kicked it back to a wide open teammate and got the shot there for Griffin.
Almodovar, no. Rebound Orm, he's got a man out there. And what a defensive play Walston made on Reinhardt.
Absolutely legal.
And at the other end, Almodovar draws a foul.
That ball was hit against the bankboard before it touched the glass. That's legal. Had the ball touched the glass and then been hit, it would have been basket interference and counted the basket. Just a great, great hustle there. Going to see that play on the Summers Plumbing, Heating, Cooling replay out in front. Thought he had an easy one, and Walston thought differently. Walston's going to be a good player. He's a 6'4" junior. He's a good athlete. He can score the ball, doesn't make very many mistakes. He started coming on last year for the Millers when he was only a sophomore.
Almodovar's got it. And the Millers lead by 3. They led 14-8 at the quarter. Clevenger moved it across the midcourt line for Carmel. There's a cross-court pass to Clevenger. No. Good offensive board by Reinhardt.
He got it twice. That ball was tipped the second time, so give Reinhardt credit. 2 rebounds in that one possession.
We're almost halfway through the second quarter. Good tenacious defense by Noblesville.
Good ball movement. You know, Howard, we're not seeing very many turnovers in this ball game. Both teams, according to their stat sheet, Noblesville only turns it over 7 times a game, Carmel 8. So,
and you've often made the point over the years, 10 or fewer turnovers is terrific.
If you keep it under 10, you've done a really good job.
Sam Orm. Oh, good rebound by Almodovar at 6'2". He went soaring for that.
Almodovar is an athletic player. He's got good hops.
There's Aaron Fine.
You know, this score on the board indicates, Howard, I think it's the way Carmel likes to play. They don't mind having a low-scoring game. Noblesville probably likes to score a little more points.
Fine missed a 3, and that's Griffin, and he hits again. Has he got 3 threes, Dave? Or 2 threes and a 2?
2 threes and a 2.
8 points for Jake Griffin. Really been a joy to watch this first half. The lack of fouls, the nice flow to the game. Just as I said that there's a foul.
Carmel has worked back into this game. They trailed, you recall, 14-8 at the quarter, and they've trailed the whole way, and all of a sudden it's a tie ball game.
Big thanks to Greek's Pizzeria in Noblesville. Follow Greek's Pizzeria in Noblesville on Twitter at Greeks of Nobles, and for exclusive deals and daily specials, Greek's Pizzeria, 216 South 10th Street in Noblesville. They fed our crew. We appreciate it.
Carmel's tightened the defense up a little bit on Almodovar and on Fine. They were really hot early in this contest.
Over and back. And that turnover will pause for these words on the high school basketball game of the week on TV 40. Two minutes and 38 seconds left to go in the first half. Carmel has led virtually the entire way.
Very impressive.
Noblesville, I'm sorry.
Very impressive, Howard, that Carmel did not panic when they were down 6 or 8 points. they just steadily have worked back into the ball game and got it tied, got an opportunity to take the lead.
Noblesville hasn't shot nearly as well since the way they did early in the game.
Well, I pointed out, I think Noblesville is now guarding out to the 3 line, and they're taking that away from Almodovar and Fine. If you keep those guys from making threes, that takes a big part of the Noblesville offense away.
That's what coaching's all about, making an adjustment like that and telling your players that.
They've done a good job on Orm. Orm is really a good player. I only have him for 1 field goal and two free throws.
He did much better than that against Fishers on Tuesday.
Nice
pass down low. Fine pass from Reinhardt.
Excellent pocket, what they call a pocket pass there from Reinhardt.
Jake Griffin drew the foul. He already has 8 points. Averaging a 6'1" senior. And he's got it. Carmel takes the lead. Terrific comeback.
Getting a lot of contributions from the role players.
Rim the basket. Look at that fight for the ball. Roberts comes away with it. His pass intercepted by the trailing Sam Orm.
That was Griffin that dove on the ball.
Orm all the way, lays it in. Fine move by Sam.
That's the part of his game that he's really, really improved on. He's taken the ball to the basket off the dribble. Last year, basically a standing three-point shooter, a very good one. But now, if you don't guard him on the line, he hits the three. If you do, he takes it to the basket.
Carmel with a great run, now leads by 3. A little over a minute left in the half. Here's Fine.
Carmel is controlling the pace of this game, Howard.
They sure are.
That's a charge. That's an offensive foul.
Hunter Walston made the move. Let's hope everybody's okay.
Summers Plumbing Heating and Replay will show this. The defender has sat there a long time, and Walston just went directly into him. That's an easy call to make, and it was the correct call.
Jared Bonds appears to be shaken up. He's staying in the game, and I think he's staying in the game.
2 fouls on Walston. Not many fouls being called. The Millers have 4 team fouls, Carmel 3, with less than a minute to go here in the first half.
If you're Carmel, would you play for the last shot of the half?
If I didn't get an absolute good shot, yes, I would.
And we're under 40 seconds now. The Greyhounds have had a great second quarter.
Historically, Carmel's very, very safe with the ball, so they know how to hold the ball.
Noblesville's only scored 2 points, Dave, in the entire second quarter. Boy, I thought that might have been an over and back. 18 seconds left, and they are doing what we speculated, playing for the last shot. Orm in close.
Got a foul call.
With 8 seconds left in the half. Neither team in the bonus. Jay Griffin will inbound. Inside to Sam Orm. Oh, he missed
an easy one.
And a foul by Jake Griffin. It's not the place you want to commit a foul.
No, it's a non-shooting foul. But Noblesville has time to go to the full court. They got 5.2 seconds. That's plenty of time for either Fine or Almodovar.
At one point, Noblesville led 14-4. Carmel leads 19-16. That'll count, and he got it. Almodovar gives the Millers a big lift, and that ties the game at 19. At the half, Carmel 19, Noblesville 19 on the high school basketball game of the week on TV 40.
On the Indiana Members Credit Union scoreboard, we're all tied up. The Greyhounds 19, the Millers 19, in a very slow, deliberate game, but nonetheless a very entertaining half. Let's look at some of the scoring in the first half. Griffin, deep shot. He had 6 points in the first half. That's Griffin again, back to back with threes. Orm down the middle, left-handed dribble, lays it off the glass for 2 points for Orm. He had 6 points in the first half. At the other end, that's Spine on a deep three. Almodovar. Now this is that step back just at halftime. Boom. Almodovar had 14 of the 19 points for the Millers there in the first half. I think you're seeing Carmel's playing at the tempo they want. Noblesville has not been able to speed them up. Not very many people have been able to the last 2 or 3 years. Carmel plays the way it plays, and no one can change it defensively. So I think it's going to be tight the rest of the way. Hope we get to use the Indiana member scoreboard a little more, because we only have 19 points on each side. Stay with us. It should be a very interesting second half.
And welcome back to Noblesville High School on the Indiana Members Credit Union scoreboard. At the half, Carmel 19, Noblesville 19. Dave, your impressions of the first half?
The big thing, I think, Carmel has been able to set the pace. Low-scoring ball game. Both teams have worked very hard. I thought Carmel made the defensive adjustment and shut down the three shooting, particularly of Almodovar. And, of course, Fine kicked in one as well. So, should be a good second half.
Noblesville jumped off to a 14-4 run, lead rather. Then Carmel went on a 15-2 run. And there's a turnover.
Deflected.
Oh, it was deflected out of bounds. Okay.
Good mistake. Well, I should mention that before the game tipped off, they honored Walt Morris. I helped induct him into the Hamilton County Basketball Hall of Fame. Walt graduated in 1978, played for me, went on to a great coaching career, 20 years with Doug Mitchell down at North Central, won 2 state championships and had a runner-up, came out to Carmel, and has been on the bench 2 more state championships. He actually has 5 rings. 4 of them are state championship and 1 is a runner-up. Outstanding career, very deserving. Great night for Walt Morris.
Sam Orr missed a 3. Now, what about Walt all those years as an assistant? Did he have head coaching opportunities?
He was a head coach.
And that's Aaron Fine scoring.
He was the head coach down at Rebuff for about 3 years. So he did have head coaching experience. Then he had the chance to go over and be the #1 assistant there at North Central.
During that time, he was the #1 assistant at North Central. Did he turn down any opportunities to be a head coach?
There's no question if he'd have wanted to be a head coach with his track record, he could have been. But I think he's really satisfied with his role, both with North Central and now with Carmel.
Good ball movement by the Greyhounds and putting it up and in is Spencer White. And meanwhile, he was teaching all those years too, correct?
Absolutely. He's retired now, but he taught all those years at North Central.
That's great. And this has got to be special for you. It's been a long time since you've coached here, but you were the coach here for 16 years.
It's always special to come back here and be in the mill watching the Noblesville play.
And you've lived in Noblesville ever since you became the head coach, 1975.
You're exactly right.
Nice fake.
Thought we would be here 3 years, Howard. We're still here.
Almodovar missed the shot. Indiana Members Credit Union, a proud supporter of high school sports on WHMB TV 40.
Both teams are really defending hard, and that's part of the scoreboard reflects that 21-21, a very low score. Both teams are really scratching and clawing on defense.
Aaron Fine over to Walston.
And Noblesville is being much more patient than what they were early in the ball game. I think, again, Carmel has been able to set the tempo of the game.
There's a long 3. No, Almodovar missed it. Battle inside.
Should be a jump ball.
And it is. Held ball. Do you prefer the rule this way, or did you prefer the old days when it was a jump ball, as opposed to the alternating possessions?
I like the alternating possession. And part of that was I never felt the officials could do a real good job of throwing the ball up, you know, straight up in the right height. It's a tough thing to do if you've ever tried it with a basketball. So I've become accustomed to the alternating possession.
Spinning and twisting, and the jumper no good, partially blocked as Cooper Bean didn't score. Orm with a nice pass to the right side, and he hits. And that is Alex Couto, who's been quiet tonight.
Yeah, Couto, he's a sophomore guard. There's some question, you know, as a sophomore, he's not physically strong, and Noblesville's an aggressive team, but he's holding his own out there.
We're almost halfway through the third quarter.
One of the adjustments you make as a coach if a sophomore is going up against a very physical, strong center.
And Cooper Bean hits a three. The game is tied at 24, 4 minutes to go, third quarter. Couto out to Griffin. Orm's pass is intercepted by Brewer. Good defensive play by Aiden Brewer.
Aiden Brewer's sophomore. He was a fine receiver on the football team. You probably called his name a few times.
Yes. And the rebound taken down by White.
Got it deep.
Sam Orm. Rebound Almodovar. He's got a head of steam with a left hand. He lays it in.
When Almodovar gets to the 10-second line, he's got the dribble going. He's going to go to the hole.
Couto.
It's a thing.
Back out, Couto again.
One of the things I've respected on Coach Osborne's team over the years, they never panic. If they're behind 2 or 4, whatever. Tonight they were down 6 or 8 points early. They never panicked. They just worked their way, kept their offense going, and came back. And Orm.
Sam Orm drains a three.
Been waiting for that to happen. Orm is a very good 3-point, 62% coming into the night behind the 3 line.
Greyhounds lead by 1. We have not had a foul in the third quarter. It's been a really well-played game, Dave.
Both teams playing really hard, too. That's the most impressive thing about that no foul.
Spinning and twisting, he didn't score, was Walston.
Carmel,
I mean, neither team got in the bonus in the first half in terms of fouls, and there hasn't been a foul yet in the third quarter until that.
There's a great pass from Orm, and he hit Bonds underneath the basket. Bonds went up strong and drew the foul. Summers Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling going to show it to you again, and I think here comes a pass from Orm into Bonds. He gathers himself and goes up. Not a lot of contact there, in my opinion, but they felt like Aaron Fine got his arm.
Old Man Winter is here. Have you scheduled your annual heating maintenance appointment? Summers Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling has a precision furnace tune-up for $69. Go to summersphd.com. Learn about their specials. Be guaranteed your family will stay warm this winter. Are you looking for a luxury car buying experience? At Tom Roush Lincoln and Fishers, they have 45 certified pre-owned vehicles starting at 0%. Lincolns come with a lifetime powertrain warranty with new cars at 0.9 APR and no market adjustment. Corsairs, $1,500 off. Come see them. Tom Roush Lincoln and Fishers, a pussycat on price.
Bonds hit one of the 2 free throws to put Carmel up by 2.
Carmel by 2, less than 2 minutes left in the third quarter.
If either team can create a 6-point lead, that's huge in the way this game's being played. And I think there was a foul there behind the 3 line.
Sam Orm committed it. He fouled Almodovar, who will get 3 free throws.
Probably not the guy to foul.
Let's pause for these words on the high school basketball game of the week on TV 40. Almodovar makes the first one. Thanks to Greek's Pizzeria for creating masterpiece pizzas for our crew tonight. Greek's Pizzeria, Noblesville, Westfield, Fishers, Carmel, Zionsville, and Indy's South Side. GreeksPizzeria.com.
Almodovar makes his first two and gets a chance to push the Millers back into the lead if he can make this third one. Looks pretty simple. I've got Almodovar for 19 points already in the ball game. Out of 29.
There's Kudo with a minute and a half left. In the third quarter, the Millers lead by a point. We've gone back and forth in this period. Bonds inside, and he scores, muscling his way in.
That's
Jared Bonds, a 6'5" senior.
Heck of a move across the lane. He gathered himself and shot a little 6-foot jump shot rather than force his way to the ring.
Fine. To the hoop, it counts on a foul for Luke Almodovar.
21 points for the young man tonight. Summers Plumbing, Heating and Cooling shows you the replay. Goes off the screen by Fine. Got the crease, able to take it to the basket. With his jumping ability, could lay it over the front edge. Just made 3 in a row at the line. Now 4.
Kudo. Nice fake by Orm for 3, squared away, but he missed it. Offensive board to Spencer White.
That happens a lot when you're shooting a standing shot. You fake, get the defender fly by, but you don't have your rhythm as well, and you're still, a standing shot's a lot tougher than one dribble to get your rhythm.
Well, there's some guys who are great off the dribble, some guys great off the pass.
Well, off the pass is one thing, but when you're catching the ball and standing there, that's a whole different.
That's a great point.
Much more difficult. But coming off the screen is fine.
Right, we're down to 10 seconds.
They'll get it up.
Sam Orm. No, the tip, no. Orm, it counts at the buzzer, and the game is tied. Noblesville 32, Carmel 32. After 3 on the high school basketball game of the week on TV 40. And we get ready to begin the fourth quarter. We're tied at 32. I'll tell you one man who is really pulling for the Millers, and that's Noblesville resident J.R. Gaylor, the legend, the executive director, Associated Builders and Contractors. Okay, Dave, your impressions of the third quarter.
Well played. Noblesville has only 1 team foul, Carmel only 2, so that tells you they're playing hard, but they're playing clean, staying away from the cheap foul, and both teams are being patient and taking good looks.
Neither team got in the bonus and fouls in the first half either. And a turnover, the steal by Cooper Bean. Opening moment of the fourth quarter. Noblesville led at the quarter 14-8. A nice move to the hoop by Aaron Fine. And Fine scores. And Noblesville reclaims the lead. They led 14-8 at the quarter. We were tied at 19 at the half. And we were tied at 32 after 3 quarters.
Noblesville guards, Almodovar and Fine, have been very impressive. They've done that since day 1 here in the season. Both of them score well. They can put the ball on the floor. When you've got 2 good guards, it's just makes it difficult. You add a good inside post player, and you've got a good ball club.
Jared Bonds.
Called offensive foul, I think.
Yes, they did. As he was making his move inside.
Summers Plumbing, Heating and Cooling. Let's see if he stuck his shoulder into him. Comes down. He kind of pushed off with his right arm a little bit. And, of course, that was sold well by the Noblesville guy. He went down hard. That was Roberts, I think, that went down. The new guy in the lineup.
So we've played a minute and a half of period 4. And a whistle and a foul. Indiana Members Credit Union, a proud supporter of high school sports on WHMB TV 40, and they are our scoreboard sponsor.
Number 23 for Noblesville, Roberts. His first game to play this year. He is normally in the starting lineup and was last year. He's a good athlete, a good player. Adds size and strength for the Millers.
And they're in no great hurry. Noblesville with the ball and a 2-point lead. Aaron Fine with it. He's got the step, and he didn't draw the foul. There was contact with Jared Bonds. No foul called, though.
I thought Fine leaned into the defender, and I thought he created that contact. I thought it was a good no call.
That's Griffin. He did it again. Jake Griffin with another 3. His third 3 of the game.
He's just a constant player. I mentioned earlier, he arguably the best defender on the Carmel team, and he chips in 6 or 8, 10 points every ball game.
5.5 minutes left to go in this one. There's a long 3 at the other end, and he hits Cooper Bean, the 6'3" senior, and Noblesville reclaims the lead. Alex Couto will move it across.
So for whatever team scores to take the lead, the opponent has answered the call immediately.
Sam Orm, no. And Bonds was out of bounds. He got pushed off, though.
Yeah.
He was pushed off.
Yeah, he reacted a little bit too, because he did get pushed. For some reason the official chose not to make the call. I understand, but he's got to just lock in. Got to have a short memory, come right back and play hard on defense. Plenty of time left.
Here's Almodovar, guarded tightly by Griffin.
Remember, I said Griffin is the best defender on the Carmel team.
They get it back to Almodovar. 4.5 to go in this one. Noblesville with the ball and a 2-point lead. A lot of contact there. That could be a reach-in foul on Orm. I'm not sure how they'll call it, but it will be against Carmel.
Could be on Orm, could be on Griffith. I believe they gave it to Griffith.
Sometimes you give, sometimes you receive. You can do both with the annual Summers Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling Food Drive. Customers get a $5 discount when donating 5 cans of food now through mid-December. Summers will match the donations. Summers is proud to serve you. They'll deliver non-perishable food items to the local food bank. So we're down to 4:10 to go. Noblesville with the ball and a 2-point lead.
Noblesville's doing a nice job. They're swinging the ball from side to side, and the players away on the weak side are waiting their opportunity and cutting. They're leaving the middle open for a lot of drives, a lot of flash cuts into the lane.
Driving the baseline was fine. They're waiting for a good shot. Cooper Bean's got one. Didn't hit it. Good job of blocking out by Jake Griffin, who got the rebound.
Griffin checked out Roberts that time. Roberts is bigger and stronger, but Griffin just did a good job. That's 2 turnovers in a row for the Greyhounds, not like them.
Are you looking for a luxury car buying experience at Tom Roush Lincoln & Fishers? They have over 45 certified pre-owned vehicles at 0%. Lincolns come with a lifetime powertrain warranty. New cars at 0.9 APR, no market adjustment. Corsairs up to $1,500 off. $1,500 off, that's not bad. Come see him at Tom Roush Lincoln & Fishers, a pussycat on price. Roberts back outside to Almodovar. Here's Cooper Bean.
Almodovar had that corner turned, and he kind of mishandled the ball. It slipped.
Going to the hoop. Aaron Fine.
Summers Plumbing, Heating and Cooling on the replay action. There's Fine down the middle, comes over two guys actually there, and I believe they're going to give that foul to Clevenger, number 4.
And that's Aaron Fine at the line. And he's got it. Thanks to Greek's Pizzeria for creating masterpiece pizzas for our crew tonight. Greek's Pizzeria in Noblesville, Westfield, Fishers, Carmel, Zionsville, and Indy's South Side. GreeksPizzeria.com.
You got to be good free throw shooters in a tight game like this, because it is a very limited possession game. And all of a sudden, Carmel has 6 team fouls. So the next time they foul, Noblesville's in the bonus. And Noblesville only has 1 team foul.
Timeout, Noblesville by 4. We'll pause for these words on the high school basketball game of the week on TV 40. There it is. Noblesville leads by 4, and now it's time for our Williams Comfort Air heating it up. Let Williams Comfort Air heat up your home during these winter months. And Luke Almodovar was really heating it up. There he is, number 2. There's a 3 by Almodovar. 22 points for Luke Almodovar, heating it up.
Heating it up, I reckon. Out of 39 points, he has 22 of them. That's a pretty impressive, pretty good effort.
He's our Williams Comfort Air heating it up player tonight.
And what created this lead for the Millers, they forced 2 turnovers in a row by the Greyhounds. Uncharacteristic of the Greyhounds to turn it over very much.
Big possession here at a whistle. Got away from the ball, the officials.
I believe that's going to be on Hunter Walston. He was holding Orm. No damage done. It's a common foul. That's only the 2nd team foul this half on the Millers.
Big possession here, Dave, because Carmel has the ball and they're down by 4 points. That's a 3, and he's got it. That 3 by Ryan Clevenger. Wow, big spot for the junior.
That was a huge shot at this stage of the game. 2 minutes and 30 seconds to go, and cuts the lead to 1. Every possession is a highly pressured one now.
Going to the hoop and bringing it back outside is Aaron Fine. He's near that midcourt line. Here is Walston.
Everybody's touched the ball except Almodovar.
They were calling for a timeout.
Yeah, they got it. That's a tough call. You see that at all levels, collegiate level and high school. Does a player have complete control of the ball when he calls a timeout? Most of them, when they see that's going to happen, they start screaming verbally, timeout, timeout. But they should make sure they have possession of the ball. And sometimes I think, I'm not so sure. We got a good one, Howard. 1 minute 59 seconds to go, a 1-point game, and the team that's behind is going to have the possession right here. And there's a lot of people have been stepping up down at the other end. For example, Orm has stepped up, but you expect that. But you're getting good play from Clevenger, just hit a big 3, and Griffith. It only takes one big play in this type of game to turn the tide. I was a little surprised last time down. I mentioned Noblesville didn't let Almodovar touch the ball. Now that's a defensive credit for the guy guarding, but the other 4 players all had a touch. I think the way he's going tonight, I'd want him to at least have a touch. Good look at Almodovar right there on the screen. He's played a heck of a game. You're picking an outstanding effort based on game-to-game activity. Griffin would have to be the man for Carmel. He normally scores about 6 points a game. He's hit 3 threes plus 3 more, so he's well above his average offensively.
And yet another timeout was taken.
Yeah, I think Noblesville, wanted to see how Carmel was lining up offensively. I don't know if either of them has a good press, but might be a good time to throw a surprise and come out in some type of pressure. You only take and then get out of it. Get out, get a surprise steal, and then go back to your base defense.
By the way, are you able to hear the band? They're mighty soft in there.
Yeah.
You were able to hear them. Okay, that's good.
I'm deaf in my right ear, but I heard them.
They were low key tonight.
They're trying to isolate Orm down low on the post.
And they've done just that. Making his move into the lane, across the lane. And Carmel takes the lead by a point.
A heck of an isolation play, and it almost looked like Orm was about ready to slide his pivot foot and travel, but he stayed with it. A strong move by the senior.
At the other end, I think that's prior to the shot.
I don't think that should not count. Oh, he counted the basket.
Well, that was prior to the shot.
Wow. I think this is a break. Summers Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Fine takes a drive down the side. He's fouled there long before he shoots, but the referee gave him the basket. And the Millers take the lead by 2.
And he completes the three-point play. So Noblesville, as Dave said, leads by 2 with 1:24 to go.
But Fine did what he should do. He created the contact. You and I remember the Fishers game. We were wondering why that Fishers didn't attack the basket and get to contact.
Here's a foul, and we're sure this one's prior to the shot.
Well, it's a common foul anyway. That's only 3 team fouls on the Millers. That's the trouble when you get down to minute 12 left and you're not in the bonus. Puts additional pressure on you, whereas the Millers are definitely in the bonus.
Griffin inbounds to Bonds. All the way to the hoop.
It got fouled.
And a foul. Yeah. Griffin got fouled.
Couldn't see it from this end, but there was a little contact. Nice drive by Griffith. Here he, Summers Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling is going to show you. There's Griffith down the right-handed dribble. Comes up through.
Oh, wow. That shouldn't have been a foul.
That's a hairline call.
I don't see a foul there at all.
That makes up for maybe what happened at the other end just now. Remember, we didn't think there was, those baskets should have counted up here.
And Griffin's got it. If he makes the next one, the game will be tied. All tied at 42, 1:05 to go. And my guess is Noblesville's going to sit on the ball.
There's the press I'm talking about. Carmel's going to throw it on. They won't stay in it long, but they're trying to get the turnover.
I think Noblesville's going to sit on the ball. Well, maybe I'm wrong. Almodovar, well, he wanted to go to the hoop there. Good defense by Carmel. Now we're down to 45 seconds.
Almodovar never did see a drive they didn't like. He tried to go to the hoop. I still think it's a long time to hold the ball. We got 35 seconds. Takes a lot of concentration, good focus to hold the ball.
Boy, he's right next to that midcourt line.
The referee should be counting with if he's within 6 feet. Defensive position, I didn't see either one of them giving the signal.
And they're holding on to the ball. We're down to 14 seconds. So often teams don't get a good shot when they do this.
Well, you're going to see Fine or Almodovar drive to the basket.
Timeout.
They're both good with the ball, and you can bet one of them is going to go in there and create contact, put the pressure on the officials to make the call.
4.8 seconds to go. The game tied at 42. I had a feeling Noblesville would sit on it. We saw that same thing happen with the Fishers-Carmel game on Tuesday. They sat on the ball.
And coming out of that one, the Fishers, that's when there was a great play made by Orm, if you remember.
Orm won that game single-handedly.
Stole the ball, went down, laid it in the overtime.
Yeah.
There's a good look at Coach Osborne. The pressure's definitely on Carmel because they're not in the bonus, but Noblesville is. So Noblesville cannot foul. And I fully expect Almodovar or Fine to put their head down and drive it to the basket.
Well, we expected that Tuesday night. We didn't see it. We saw an outside shot. This is what coaching is all about, what the play you call.
You got to have two options. If the first option's not there, you've got to have it already called. Here's the second place you look. They're going to try to get Almodovar the ball.
Walston is inbounding. Walston inbounding. That's Almodovar.
He's going to go.
Nope. He's free. Cooper Bean, and he hit it. He hit it. Cooper Bean hits it, and Noblesville wins the game. The capacity crowd at Noblesville High School, and the Millers win it on a 3 by Cooper Bean. He got squared up. He got the good look. That was not the design play, but it worked.
Well, give Carmel a little credit. They shut off the drives, and Cooper Bean took advantage of the opportunity and stepped up and made the play of the game.
The final score, Noblesville 45, Carmel 42, on the high school basketball game of the week on TV 40. That final score is Noblesville 45 and Carmel 42. 45-42, Carmel wins it Tuesday night at Crispus Attucks. Lawrence Central versus Crispus Attucks. For Dave West, Jeff Elliott, Dave Nicholson, the entire TV 40 crew, I'm Howard Kellman. Good night, everybody.